r/AskReddit. What's the dumbest thing a drunk friend has done? Dumb, but funny. Had a friend with a prosthetic leg, only he never told anyone about it who didn't already know. He always waited until a party was going well into the night and everyone, including himself, was plenty drunk. He'd then produce a large knife and get everyone's attention before plunging the blade into his leg. He'd then throw his head back and scream in fake pain. Oftentimes, people would scream in terror and go running out the front door. Everyone who knew him and were familiar with his antics would merely roll their eyes and ignore him. It was a funny prank, but a dumb one, because sometimes the cops were called and an ambulance would show up. Cops and paramedics were never amused, and that's why you always leave a note. He punched a horse, a police horse, with the cop still on it, at Mardi Gras in New Orleans. He spent some time in jail for that one. I once met a guy in jail who yelled at a police horse and was charged with startling an officer. Startling a horse in general's a bad idea. That guy got a 2-in-1. I had a friend in high school who got naked every time he got drunk. As soon as Jim was naked we knew the party was over. I had a friend who would always pull out his balls when he got drunk. No dick, just balls. Sometimes he would attempt to play the piano with one testicle. It has been about 20 years since I last hung out with him socially, but did this Halloween. Sure enough, as soon as he was wasted he was necking back $1,000 bottles of wine he'd brought, which added to the weird he was all about his nuts. Still, at least he left them in his pants, but he spent the whole party chasing after me yelling tiny penis, huge balls. I produced 2 tablespoons of semen every time. Above average. He also tried to convince my husband to sell me to him. A guy I knew in college came to a Halloween party on roller skates and got absolutely plastered and proceeded to roller skate up and down the stairs. This ended predictably to everyone but him, and he fell and got hurt due to the anesthetic effects of being super drunk. However, no one realized how badly he was hurt. He passed out in the living room and proceeded to pee all over the floor in the middle of the night because he couldn't walk to the bathroom. Turns out his leg was broken in 2 places. I also just mentioned in a bad roommate thread about a girl I knew in college who stole someone's cat while drunk and hid it in our campus housing apartment. Stole someone's cat while drunk and hid it. Did the cat get returned? Any consequences? I'd be unhappy if someone stole my cat. Drunk friend was relieving himself in a bush. Someone tapped him on the back. He turned round, still continuing to pee, to find himself face to face with a policeman. Poor cop had pee all down his leg, but saw the funny side. I bet each cop only makes that mistake once, lol. But every cop makes it once. One of my favorite drunk memories was when I was probably 17 and we were drinking in a friend's basement, and as everyone was going to bed one of the people there kept complaining about how uncomfortable their blanket was. In the morning we discovered he had been using one of those big rubber bottom drugs, like the kind you would put in a laundry room or something. He was also literally feet from a stack of blankets. Very similar story with a friend, except their blanket was a poster board. Edit till. Drunk people are bad at identifying blankets. Same, but twist a mat instead of poster board. It does not provide adequate insulation. One drunk friend was making out with a girl at a party on the couch and turned away for a moment to talk to somebody and turned back to start kissing again, only to realize he was kissing another drunk friend, also a guy, who had stuck his head in the way of the girls. Edit. Holy crap, this got over 1,000 upvotes. Thanks everybody. Meh. Close enough starts making out with guy friend again. My friend was woke up one morning to the doorbell. There was a delivery guy holding a massive package. Turns out he got wasted and went mad on eBay. He took it in and opened it. It was a front bumper for a Ford Focus. He didn't have a car. He's gonna build it one piece at a time. And it didn't cost me a dime. So what stupid drunk thing did you do last night, op? In the hopes that some stories here will make you feel better about what you did. Not op, but unfortunately I was drunk AF last night and in Vegas. I ended up spending $3 grand at a strip club. Was my first time in a strip club. When I realized what I did, I think I almost had a mental breakdown. Jesus, dude. How much does this affect you? One of the guys a group of us were with at the bar in an upscale restaurant got carried away and, in a full voice, so all could hear, said, "A round of drinks for everyone in the room is on me." Around 35 people ordered free drinks on him. The bartender put it on his tab. But when the bill eventually came, the guy had no money, no wallet. He had left it home. So the rest of us were stuck with a hefty bill, because lots of people ordered the most expensive drinks available, single malt scotch, etc. If someone offers to buy you a drink you get the same thing you're already drinking, or whatever you would buy yourself normally. Buying single malt on someone's tab, just to get something expensive is rude, and I don't feel bad they had to pay for it. I gave my daughter similar advice. If someone is buying you a meal, find out what they are getting, and order something at around the same price. If they order a $40 steak, it's not rude to order one yourself. If they order a $14 item, it is rude to order a $40 item. I knew a guy who got blind drunk and passed out in the top bunk of his dorm room. Then in the middle of the night, climbs down and pisses on his roommate. This happened 2 separate times. He was a freshman and didn't know his roommate very well. At freshman orientation, we had to stay the night in the dorms. I ended up sitting with a girl at breakfast who told me her roommate got up in the middle of the night and peed in the trash can. They had never met before that day. My friend, who's on one of my college's sports teams, had to throw away her equipment bag because her freshman year roommate drunkenly peed in it the night before she had to travel to a meet. We were out at some bars. Friend got annoyed and started to walk home, leaving his coat/hat/gloves at the bar. This wouldn't have been a problem, except it was January in Minnesota, and it was -10. I'm shocked he didn't get frostbite. Same friend also got blasted at a wedding we were at, and hopped the fence to the zoo adjacent to the park the reception was at. He did not get attacked by any animals. He has since stopped drinking. 2 other friends decided to tag team wrestle our furniture and flipped a couch with people on it. They did a leaping high five to celebrate, and one of the guys landed wrong and broke his foot. This was a week before our undergrad graduation. He had to walk across the stage on crutches. Amazingly, he didn't even know it was broken until the next day. Having a broken foot didn't stop him from leaving our house to go pee on a dorm he particularly disliked. Oh, and another friend, who is Indian, once got annoyed that he couldn't get up to the bar to order and told the guy in front of him he going to declare a jihad on the guy's family if he didn't get out of the way. My friends tend to be idiots when drunk. Homecoming at my college. A cop car was driving slowly down the main street and a drunk guy thought it would be funny if he leapt out in front of the car and slammed himself on the hood like he got run over. Got slammed on the hood again by the cop as he was being arrested. Oh, and that same weekend an acquaintance drunkenly stole plates from the dining hall and was tackled by cops when he threw the plates at them like weaponized frisbees while he ran away. That last one is interesting. My friend who saw it said she almost threw up, she was laughing so hard. I'm just imagining a drunk person running across a big grass quad yelling "Ya was a ninja star" plates at confused cops. We thought we lost a friend after clubbing one night. We were at IHOP and he just disappeared. After an hour of searching we called the police. They searched for a while and one of the employees found our friend in the dumpster out back, dead, asleep. Good thing he was found. A few years ago in my city a 19-year-old kid went to sleep in a dumpster on a night out, and the morning after the bin men picked it up and he was crushed alive in the garbage truck. Horrific. You got a news article on this? Had the same thing happen in my country a few months ago, except we don't know if he got crushed or incinerated. On the security camera footage from the street you can see him climb into the dumpster and never get out. Then the truck just grabbed the dumpster, empty it and drive away. The dude has never been found ever since. So yes, it can actually happen. I was the friend. I visited some college buddies for the weekend. After a night at the bars, we were drunkenly devouring pizza in their apartment. A Ron Popeil commercial flashed across the TV screen, advertising the latest Ronco gadget, a food dehydrator. I picked up the phone and ordered one for everyone in the room. 8 total. I even attempted to ask the nice customer sales lady on the other end out for a date. I did not get the date, but we did get our food dehydrators, and I got a $450 bill. We've never opened them. Instead, we exchange them every Christmas. Open one. Make beef jerky. Win. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for I upload daily and suggest what subreddit I should cover next. Thank you and happy travels.